Mr. Bitter One, back with another beer review. And tonight we're doing Bianca by Omnipollo. I love their cans, I love their artwork. I'm sure most people do who are fans of Omnipollo. This thing looks kind of like an amoeba of some sort. Pretty cool, I like the concept. This is Bianca, as I said. Now there's a double version of this, which I'd love to try and love to do a double-fisted review of. But listen to this. Peanut butter jelly lassi Gose. It's an ale brewed with peanut butter, lactose sugar, strawberry, and raspberry. So it sounds really good. This has been on the singles rack in my favorite beer store for a while, and I've just been eyeing it, and finally I just had to pick it up. You know, I don't always drink Omnipollo. They kind of stretch the idea of what it means to be a beer, and by that ingredient list, I'm pretty sure you agree with me. But when I do drink Omnipollo, I'm pretty excited for what I pick up, and I can't believe I'm excited about a Gose. But when I came home with my mixed six, this was the one beer I wanted to crack open more than the rest of them. Don't have a lot to say about Omnipollo in this video. I said way more about the brewery in my Lilo review, so I put the link to my Lilo review in the description if you're interested in that. Lilo was a milkshake IPA I had last year, but they are a contract brewer, and they collaborate with breweries when they make their beer, if I'm not mistaken. And so they, I think they helped to brew this with Great South Bay Brewery in Bay Shore, New York. So maybe that's who brewed it with Omnipollo, not too sure. But yeah, let's get into this beer, this Gose. Gose is probably my least favorite style, only because the sea salt reminds me of stomach bile, and when I'm having an average style Gose, and I've had a Gose that I didn't think was very good, it tasted like throw up. It really did. After I had that Gose, I'm like, no wonder Germany banned this beer. So it looks like a strawberry or raspberry juice. It's just hella carbonated, by the way. Well, I don't want to taste it before I go into the can. Incredible dissipation. This thing dissipated. It's disappearing before my eyes. Almost no head. I mean, you can tell on camera, I poured it right at the top, and for some reason, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, it looks like a cherry soda. I'm gonna spill this, I just know I am. Very muddy, murky. I can almost see through it. There's a little bit of light shining through it, but it's very murky, very dark. I mean, it's like a deep ruby red, and it kind of accents the red writing on my glass, and I really like that. The bubbles aren't too violent. There's a lot of action going on here anyways. Looks like a soda, like a cherry soda or something. There's a lot of hops going on in here. I don't get any peanut butter. I I get berry fruits, but I don't know if I can pick apart like the strawberry and the raspberry. I'm getting like a sugary sweetness too. I don't know if it's a lactose sugar, but I'm sorry, my dumbass is dripping all over the table. I party fouled this beer so hard, just being an idiot and filling it up to the top. So let's go into the best part of the beer review and drink some of this down so I can quit wasting this beautiful looking beer on my table. I like the beer, so I'll start off with that. It's definitely, I can taste the strawberry and raspberry on the palate for sure. It wasn't quite there on the nose, and just that hop presence really took over on the nose. Highly carbonated, drinks like a lambic. Very prickly. You wouldn't know that if you judged by the bubbles. I said there are hella bubbles in here, but they're not really there anymore. But it's very prickly, very carbonated. You know, it's interesting. It's got all this prickliness and carbonation in it. But that lactose sugar does kind of give it some creaminess as well. So it's an interesting dance between creamy smoothness and then like hella soda carbonation, prickliness, you know. It's very interesting. I'm getting now, since this is a Gose, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be tart by nature, and so that goes well with the strawberry and the raspberry. The hops are in here, of course. So with this being a Gose, I'm not sure if I'm getting grapefruit because it's sour. I think Goses are naturally, you know, inherently sour. And then there's raspberry, which is another sour fruit. And then there's strawberry and hop presence. So I'm not sure if I'm tricking my mind into thinking this is one of those citrus, grapefruity hop varieties. Because if I'm being real with you, it tastes a little more, or it smells a little more grassy and piney. It doesn't smell like grapefruit or I'm gonna really try and taste for that peanut butter, but I'm not getting any peanut butter in here at all. Yeah, there's just so much going on in here. With the salt and the hops, which blend together pretty nicely. It kind of takes away that stomach bile thing that usually happens in Goses for me. I like the play between the carbonation and the lactose. I don't get any of that sugar, but this is definitely a sweet beer. And then just the Gose by nature playing with that strawberry and raspberry. It's pretty good, but I feel like the peanut butter takes the back seat. Maybe if I trick my brain here as the beer is lingering on my mouth well after the swallow, maybe I taste just a delicate nuttiness, but again, maybe I'm just lying to myself. It's probably not even there. I don't feel like I pick up the peanut butter at all, and I'm not sure if that would have made the beer better or worse. Excuse me. Very carbonated, but I'm disappointed it's not there being on the ingredient list. I had hoped to smell it or taste it, and it's just not there for me. Not the greatest beer in the world. There's just a lot going on here. Again, Omnipollo stretches the idea of what it means to be a beer, and while I don't hate that, I appreciate and welcome experimentation into craft beer. I think we need to shake up conservative views sometimes. And do things to progress forward as an industry, but it's just not quite there for me. Let me go in for one more sip, and then we'll go with the grading. I'm going to go with a strong B minus, 3.25 out of 5. I don't hate the beer. It's good enough to be in the B range for me, but I don't get the peanut butter at all. The hops are kind of killing the experience for me, and then while I did say it was interesting to note that kind of dance between the creamy lactose mouthfeel and the carbonation, I still feel like the carbonation takes away from that lactose. I don't get any sugar, but I did like the raspberry, the strawberry, and the Gose by nature enough to put it in the B category. I think if you're a fan of IPAs or pale ales, just hop forward beers, maybe you would enjoy this. If you're a fan of sours, Goses, Berliner Weisses, kettle sours, any of that stuff, maybe you'll like this. Any fans of Omnipollo, definitely try this. There's not a lot of malt character going on here, so for you maltsters out there, this probably ain't for you. I definitely wouldn't recommend this to a rookie. So if you're like fairly new to beer, just Omnipollo's not really a brewery I would recommend for like a day one drinker. They really push the boundaries of what it means to drink a beer and what it means to be a beer. But this beer is 6% alcohol, which I'm surprised. I figured it'd be a heavier ABV because Omnipollo does that. But you could session these if you wanted. I love the appearance of this beer. I love the volatility of this beer. And just them hops are killing it for me. I don't get the peanut butter. And yeah. 3.25 Omnipollo Bianca. Until next time, guys. Cheers.